you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn. Education. You feel me, them? This is Quindell Evans. BluePoetry.com. Blue is the color of dream, imagination, everything in between. Poet is the orator inscribed with the power to open the eye. Tree is the seed that branches off and leaves and grows wherever it goes. BluePoetry.com. 3 words. You feel me, them? 3 words. BluePoetry.com. Alright, so welcome to the Blue Poetry Podcast. Don't ask me why I did that accent. I'm with my brother Trav, and we're gonna talk part two. If you seen, if you heard the podcast or seen the video with uh when Trav was on the Blue Poetry Podcast in 2019, that's last year. We talked about the importance of, what did we talk about? Was it the importance of it just
Athletics, maybe.
yeah, we talked about the importance of sports, the importance of athletics, the importance of black people being in these communities where people are doing outdoor sports and extreme sports. We talked about, you know, things along those lines. So I guess we're gonna hit part two, and Trav, he's gonna tell you a little more about his experience, in abroad, in other places other than New York, other than Brooklyn, where he was getting into different types of outdoor sports, the different experience he had. So I look forward to hearing some of that. First thing first, though, what? Let's introduce yourself. Tell the people your name, a little bit about you, and shit like that.
Well, what's good? My name is Travis. Travis Basora. My name is Travis Basora. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, Flatbush, Brooklyn. 22 years old. College dropout twice. Uh, um, I like to run. I'm a rock climber. I consider myself a rock climber. I'm a coach, and some things that I do. I mean, right now, as a like the kind of things that I'm into, kind of things that I'm doing. I'm coaching, so like I do. I'm a track coach. Coach after school track. This company called Run for Fun. It's a nonprofit. I've worked with nonprofits the past couple of years doing the, I guess, community work or athletic kind of stuff that I'm into. I just completed a AmeriCorps program in Skowhegan, Maine, with a nonprofit called Outdoor Sports Institute. Um, Basically, this town has been trying to put in this whitewater recreation park for the past like 24 years, and they have this nonprofit that's in town called Main Tree Skowhegan, and they partner with Outdoor Sports Institute, and they apply for a grant to get an AmeriCorps funded program, and it was called the Skowhegan Outdoor Recreation Program. So they hired on 3 coaches, and I applied, myself and 2 other employees, and I worked there for 10 months, putting on free outdoor recreation programs for the town, getting people active, and just like, making them want to know more about what's going on, or what's going to be put into the town, and what's going to be accessible, and making it more accessible, and just increasing the accessibility to outdoor recreation. And now that I'm back in Brooklyn, I'm back coaching track, but I'm going to be focusing on building more community through rock climbing, through a gym, um, multiple gyms, creating communities and clubs and stuff like that. Also with track club that I just joined, I'm going to be doing more of that and getting more people involved in that community network of coaching as well, and getting more education spread and getting more people empowered. And yeah, those are the kind of things that I'm into and doing right now, I guess.
So what were you doing when you were in Maine? specifically. You're just saying like generally you were out there training. Like tell people about the different sports you were doing, because if, as I'm as far as I know, black people don't swim, and as far as I remember, you didn't know how to swim before you went, and I'm assuming you was in the water, and you might know how to swim now. So if you do, let us know. If you learn how to swim, what kind of water activities, what kind of climbing activities, what kind of biking activities, running activities, what different things are you doing? Because you know, I want people to know like the different type of sports that's out there, the different type of activities and exercises we could do in all different arenas, and how easy it is to learn. Because if you learn how to swim in a few months, and you're probably more advanced than a lot of people now, based on the fact that you probably have professional training and stuff like that. This is amazing, and this is amazing to know that you were such an extreme athlete and didn't even know how to swim. So, they had black men who didn't know how to swim. Let us know what kind of
Tell you my swimming story.
yeah yeah. What's the swimming story?
I'll tell you the swimming story. So the swimming story is the crazy thing about swimming is it's been one of the things that have been not a thing that's been it's been a big factor in my life because I was a Boy Scout when I was younger. I might have touched on this in the last episode maybe, but I was a Boy Scout because I was in middle school and I was just wilding. I was doing a lot of bad things, getting suspended. Elementary school as well. I was just having a bad academic career up until that point in middle school. I mean, actually, I was a pretty good student, but extracurricular things I was getting into was hindering my performance and my perception to like my parents and the school as well. So my mom was going back to school and she needed some guidance or some help with me, so she sent me to the Boy Scouts. So here I go. I went to the Boy Scouts and I learned about a lot of things. You know, it's not just camping
Y'all
and
know
stuff like
y'all don't
that,
have to be quiet, right?
but
Cause like the mic can't hear y'all, can only hear him. You can
but
talk.
yeah, the Boy Scouts was something that was I wasn't really it was given to me. I wasn't really
The
into
mic
it.
can't hear me right now.
I wasn't really into it at the time, but I
The
advanced
mic
through
is
it.
like that. I only can
Um,
hear what
but
they
I
do.
got to a certain point and I needed to learn how to
So
swim,
y'all can talk, y'all can have music, whatever
and
y'all want to do.
I couldn't. I went to
It don't, yeah, nothing matter.
the
It's
summer
only
camp.
listening to him right
I went
now.
to the summer camp and I never learned how to swim. I get in the pool like I didn't something happened. I didn't know how to
I don't
swim,
put the music on the
and that was the whole
speaker.
point of me going away to summer camp. And I got to a certain point in Boy Scouts where I couldn't really advance to the highest level because I was because I didn't know how to swim. So anyway, Boy Scouts didn't really get that far because I didn't know how to swim
How
fast.
did you learn how to swim
In Maine,
recently?
so recently I went to Maine, and I went there specifically doing water sports. I'm a rock climber and a runner, so I was looking for things to round me out as an outdoor recreation coach or ambassador, or just like getting to know another side of athletics. So Whitewater Recreation Park is what they're implementing. So I had a whitewater recreation training, which was called Swiftwater Rescue. So basically, that's a training to learn how to rescue or help people in a rescue situation if somebody needs help. And there's actually
A
a lot
drowning situation?
drowning or a boat flipping, strainers in the water, a bunch of different situations. A lot of it that I'm really familiar with because there's a lot of ropes involved. Because to save somebody, you need to throw a rope, you need to do some shit, so you need to anchor yourself. And that has to do a lot of things with like climbing. You need to anchor yourself to different points on the rock. So I'm familiar with those kind of things. So it wasn't that hard, but I needed to know how to swim. So I took a class, and I've been taking these kind of classes sporadically throughout my life, but I just never really got it.
Damn.
So I really put the work in this time to do it. I went to the swimming classes and I was doing the classes and stuff and I did it, and I really learned in like a week really. And I took the Swiftwater rescue class. I passed that. I got it, and then I started doing like whitewater rafting and whitewater kayaking as well. A lot of kayaking, a lot of canoeing. And I started to think about why don't black people swim, or like why are we hindered by this? Like, yo, black people don't swim. It's like a thing. It's like why it's a cool thing to think, but it's like a lot of the times when we had pools in our neighborhoods, they were um, we were removed. Or we would go to other pools, and we were removed. Or they would like put stuff in the water to make us get out of the water. And I was actually working on like writing some pieces about it, but I never really finished out with that. But yeah, I'm an artist now, and I'm doing more kayaking, canoeing, and stuff like that. I've been like I used to kayak. I used to kayak in the Hudson River when I was younger. Not that much younger, but like in high school. When they have a lot of things going on, and people don't take advantage of. And it's like you go to these things now. I remember when Brooklyn Bridge Park opened up, people wasn't going. People like from my hood, like I'm from Flatbush, wasn't really going over there. But like I know people like from over here, like I mean the Bronx, people are not gonna go to Brooklyn Bridge Park, but like in certain parts of Brooklyn, like East New York,
People from the Bronx, a lot of people travel to Brooklyn Bridge Park.
but like Brooklyn Bridge Park shit is like it's like a tourist center now. So like those things, those kayaking, free kayaking and this and that. It's like people, those people like taking are like taking advantage of those things, and it's like these people that are living here aren't, and these opportunities are right there, like kayaking, canoeing. If you're interested in those things, they even have like basketball training stuff all around the city for free. There's a bunch of different things going on. So I'm just focused on like looking for those opportunities. Like there's a bunch of like fellowships. Like this job that I just had was just like me searching, just like looking for opportunities. Like knowing that I don't really have the funds to up and pay for certain things. So I wanted to take myself out of this environment to just I know the kind of person I am. I could get into any kind of opportunities. So when I was out there, like I was doing many things. Like I got this job, so I was set there. So I was like grounded. I grounded myself somewhere, and then like I was in the community, so I was able to branch out to other things. Like I connected with someone at the farmers market, then I started working with the farm there. So I was interested in farming and growing and stuff like that. Since I've been in Brooklyn, so I was able to expand on that. There was a vegetable garden. I was able to learn the whole process of from growing and tending to the vegetables to getting it out to the farmers market and everything. So that was a great like almost like an internship within the internship, and I was able to like grow other herbs and other things as well. Um, and just meet like like I'm in the community, like so I'm able to like expand and grow and meet other people and make other connections and do other things. It's all about connections. I think at the end of the day, so I'm able to like if I need to go back to Maine, I got connections. I'm going back to Maine for sure, forever. I'm always gonna have connections, and anywhere you go, the connections and the more connections you make and building them together, I think will make you get where you need to go.
So you said that black people like have this. Well, you it made you thought about how black people have this stigma around swimming and stuff like that, and it made me think about like I can imagine when it comes to free kayaking in Brooklyn Bridge Park. You know, somebody like, nah, I ain't doing that. What if you fall in the water, or you know, or what? You know what I'm saying? Just we might have an excuse, and I think we as a people are changing, you know, and one of the things I want to say is we need to, in a way, kind of take back, like take back what's ours, and as a black man, I feel like everything is mine. That's just how I feel personally as a black man, and I feel like in my song about the black, about the black, the second verse starts. I'll never take something white and make it black, but I might make something white and take it back. They teach us white history, erase the black, but we the first ones to be, and that's a fact. You feel me?
So do you think taking something like kayaking or canoeing or say swimming and doing it as a black people and community making community around those things is making it black?
It's not making it black; it's taking it back. It's like
Back.
the whole point is,
Yeah, we made the
it's
first fucking boats and canoes. We made the first boats and canoes and all of that shit to come, not just here but anywhere. We did that shit.
and that's a fact. We did all of that, and the whole point is, if if I was to say to anybody in the living room right now who want to go kayaking, they might not, they might be with it. But the whole point is, we have a stigma. And we say shit like, "Oh, that's some white people shit," and then we give it to them like that. It's just theirs. Like they don't own kayaking. You feel me? Like they didn't invent the shit. You feel me? They didn't invent a kayak. They didn't invent the boat. You feel me?
Yeah.
They ain't invent the boat.
Yeah.
They ain't invent the boat. What are we talking about? That ain't no white people shit.
Yeah.
They ain't invent the boat. And I feel like we have that stigma, so we kind of give it to them. And if we kind of take it back and realize, like, nah, you know, we made the boat. It's us. Kayaking is our shit. It will kind of allow more of us to kind of be with it. Sometimes we gotta have black people. As black people, we're family centered.
Yeah.
You know, we're family. We're blood first type vibe.
Mm.
You know, so when we do activities, we succeed during we succeed best. We succeed the greatest at activities where we have to collaborate with each other and create these cultures. You know, create little families, create little ties.
Yeah.
You know, in music there's labels. You know, in music there's people you work with that you become family with. You know, down the line. In sports, black people dominate because the team you're on is like a family. You know, it's like your brothers when you're playing with them. Even if you go to another team, you play against the team you was just on, you still gonna respect your brothers. You know, after the game, y'all gonna hug and talk. Like, you feel me? Y'all probably still chill during the off season because y'all family now. So I feel like when we create a culture around kayaking that's like that, that has that family vibe, then black people will be drawn to it more. Where maybe I'm reaching, like we don't need all of that, but I'm just saying, like, it's a stigma we have where things like that aren't as appealing. So people like you are breaking that stigma, breaking that line, breaking that wall down, and creating a bridge.
Yeah.
Instead of a wall, instead of a barrier.
Industry of itself of some of these sports, rock climbing, kayaking, whatever the fuck it might be, they're feeding into the division or not the division or whatever, but like, you know, this shit is expensive to get into. It's not a cheap thing. It's like for any kind of sport, you think about any kind of sport that we're supposedly into and what's some white people shit. Think about the sports that we dominate. Basketball, football. What do you need to really get into those sports? You need a ball. You could play football on the street with your friends. Those are things we dominate. Those are things that we do because those are things that we do when we in the hood, you know. But if you think about a ice skating rink, where you see that at in the hood, or where you see that we don't play those things because that's not accessible to us because necessarily we can't afford it. It's like a basketball, you need a hoop and a ball. Those other things, you need gear, you gotta have the commitment, you gotta have the culture as well. You gotta have somebody to tell you and your family that, yo, this is good, or like show you to do this. It's like nobody's gonna just up and do it necessarily if you're not seeing somebody else do it. And it's not as, like, I was just in Canada and you see ice skating rinks everywhere, like in the park, it's right there. It's like, it's just there. But here you don't really see. I mean, you got there's ice skating rinks in parks, but it's not like the culture isn't around it. It's like once in a while, like it's like, I mean, I guess once in a while, obviously because you have seasons, but.
So you're saying, like, in places like Canada and other places, because this ice skating rinks, there's more accessible ice skating rinks. It's more frequent. You see it more frequent, so it's kind of a cultural thing. Like, people put these things into the culture.
It's there. It's not just like. It's there. It's not just like, oh, it comes up and you have to pay for it and it's like a thing and it's like, damn, to ice skate, damn, I gotta do this, I gotta get this package, I gotta do this and that. It's like, yo, you gotta skate this ice skating rink straight up. You just skate, do your thing. Some people, you know, it's like it's a whole thing that's wrapped into it. Going to any kind of thing, because you gotta think about, you go to a climbing gym. There's a whole you gotta really set out how much you're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for the day pass. You're gonna pay for the gear. You're gonna pay for somebody to teach you how to. That's like, yo, that's $70. You bring your whole family. That's like $70 a pop. If you go ice skating, you go to any of these spots. You gotta pay for this gear. You gotta pay if you want to learn how to. If you don't know, you want to learn. Maybe they got lessons. What, $50 a head. You bring your family, your kids, whoever. That's $200 for just going ice skating or some shit like that. So they price us out. We don't have the expendable. We don't have the disposable money to just drop on doing some shit like that. It's not accessible. If it was just on the street, yo, there's the ice skating ring right there. You can go buy some skates for the low somewhere.
We do have the money.
No, we do, but it's not.
But I
as
know what you mean.
accessible.
But I know what
It's
you
just
mean.
like-
Yeah, we don't have the money to do shit like that. That's not the type
we
of
might,
shit
But we might not have the
we
interest.
spend money
If
on.
I have $200. Am I gonna spend it on? If I have this money, if I'm gonna spend it on this, I'm gonna spend it on that to have this new experience. That's really what it is. It's like I have this money. Am I gonna continue to? Am I gonna say per se? Am I gonna if I'm a cigarette smoker? Am I gonna buy these cigarettes, or am I gonna pay for a day pass to go to this thing to just get a new experience? No, that's not gonna happen. People don't do that. And as you think about the money that goes into some of these vices and some of these things that people are doing, what are you gonna spend it on? Some of these vices, or are you gonna spend it on a new experience somewhere doing some other shit just because?
Right.
You know, people don't do that, and it's like I understand because it's like, yo, I'm not gonna do shit by myself, whatever. But why not? Just do it. You know, I mean, find a friend. Maybe they want to do it. Just ask. One, all you need is one, and that just starts from there. But people be, intimidated by. I don't know. I think the people are intimidated by not feeling part. I don't know what it is, but I'm here to do some stuff. I think I want to build a rec center.
Okay, you want to build a rec center, and I think a rec center. Like, I wonder what would you have in it? I wonder what do you mean by that? What kind of recreation would be in it? What kind of recreational opportunities would people have? Ultimately, I feel like when it comes to doing some of these sports, any sport at all, whether it's basketball, football, soccer, anything, it's based on accessibility, and a lot of times it's a lot of times it's not based on like what we designed to be here for us. I don't know about in other communities, but in communities like that we're in right now, it's like we're not choosing to have a specific amount of baseball fields. Why?
If you go to Washington Heights, there's mad baseball fields. Look who's up there. Dominicans.
That's funny. I mean, they didn't hear you just now.
Oh, there's baseball fields in Washington Heights because of the Dominicans. They demanded it in their communities.
So, I feel like we maybe have to demand more baseball fields. Baseball is probably one of the greatest sports to play as an athlete, to have a career in. It's a good career where you're like, it's less likely for you to suffer major injuries to your body, compared to basketball or football.
Swimming is the best thing.
Swimming too, but I'm talking about like you can make money. You can be like, you can make millions, be an all-star and all of that stuff compared to like basketball and football.
Yeah.
You can make the same amount of money, maybe even more, because your career might be longer, if you're really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a lesser chance of being injured traumatically compared to like basketball. And we know football is crazy, so we don't even have to go there, but we wouldn't want to compare the injury risk baseball to football. That's just duh. But any sport, even soccer, so I think baseball should be more. There should be more opportunities for people to play baseball. There should probably be more opportunities for, I don't know, like whatever. I don't know, like maybe like what do you call them, like swimming things, something terrariums, places where niggas could swim.
Where? There's pools.
Not like this public pools that's just open in the summertime. I'm talking about like
All the time where people swim.
yeah.
YMCA or recreation center.
There's no YMCA in the hood, in my hood.
What about this recreation centers everywhere?
There are community centers in the hood, but none of them have pools.
But that's why I need to open up a recreation center with a pool.
What else you gonna have?
Gonna have a track. You know me. Has to have a track. So it's gonna have a track. It's definitely gonna have a rock climbing wall. It's gonna have a batting cage. It's gonna have a basketball court. I've already scouted out a few locations actually in Brooklyn. And I'm working on just actually building the Capitol. Haven't really looked into anything else besides that in terms of, getting these specific locations. But I got my eye on some stuff. But a track, rock climbing, batting cage, basketball court, pool, maybe a boxing ring, if possible. And I don't know, just like doing programs and stuff like that. Hopefully, doing some coding in there. Hopefully,
Baseball field in the back.
yeah. Hopefully, like computers and lab and stuff like that. Workspace, all that kind of things. Maybe it could be some sort of incubator system, like a STEM program. Um, Hopefully do some like workshops and stuff like that. Have a bunch of opportunities going on there.
Okay.
Maybe a studio.
Where would this recreational center be located?
Brooklyn, New York. You know the drill.
You say you're gonna have a studio? Music?
Yeah, studio, podcast, whatever you want to do. You record whatever. Studio, of course. Yeah, studio. I just think a recreation center is important to have in the hood. I went to school. I live in Flatbush, Brooklyn. Still live there now all my life. But I went to school in Park Slope, Brooklyn. If you know Brooklyn, you know the difference. My mom sent me to Park Slope. She was like, yo, you're not going to school over here. Whatever. So I went to school on Park Slope, PS 39 on 6th Avenue. Then I got kicked out of that school because I was wilding. And I went to PS 154 and went to Terrace, an even paler community. And then I went to MS 88 on 7th Avenue, also on Park Slope. It's kind of more mixed Mexicans, but mostly white still. That's where I learned about a lot of things about race. But yeah, I went to Park Slope, and I got a lot of opportunities over there, just like going to the YMCA after school. And my mom was really adamant about getting me into these programs and applying for these grants because she was a single mother. She was able to apply for scholarships for me and stuff like that. These people were like, looking for a token, really, I think, at this point, looking back at it, just like, yo, this little, Travis, you need the opportunity, his mom is struggling, whatever, do this for him, do that for him. So I got a lot of opportunities, through that, and I'm grateful for those things. And I think those things wouldn't have, I don't know if I would have been afforded all those things if I would have went to school somewhere else, if my mom wouldn't have taken that initiative to put me in a school that wasn't in our neighborhood. But, the YMCA necessarily that I remember, that I used to go to after school was one of the things that, like, I think contributed to me being out of trouble, especially in my neighborhood, just like going there after school, playing basketball, it was like a safe haven kind of spot, or the library, or like just anywhere, just like in that neighborhood, in that place. I wasn't getting into craziness necessarily. I mean, I did do like I just started to cut school and be in the hood and do other things, but I think like the recreation center in my hood, the Boys and Girls Club, is not a place where you necessarily think to go, but I want to change the stigmas of some of the like recreation centers and what's available in some of them in the hoods necessarily.
I'm gonna say this. YMCA is lit. They got a lot of stuff. Swimming pool, yoga, tai chi, basketball court, weight room. You know what I'm saying? A track. They got a lot of stuff in YMCA's. YMCA is really really good. But the thing is, they not out here. Those recs. So you trying to like compete with the YMCA. You trying to come through. Not even compete. You're not about the competitive life, but you trying to provide stuff like them.
Yeah.
Um, and I just think we need that more. We need that needs to be available more in different neighborhoods. So you might need to go thugger and go chain mode, like specifically to each hood, because we need this in the hood. You know, we need these opportunities in the hood. They need to be affordable. The YMCA is pretty affordable.
Hmm?
The YMCA is pretty affordable.
Yeah.
So if you have something affordable, offering something as
But for some people, it might not be. My mom applied for a scholarship and said that she couldn't afford it. For some people, the YMCA might not be affordable. Or they might not have the money, and the family might not have it to send their kids to YMCA. My mom didn't necessarily. She applied for like different scholarships and shit. Not got accepted, but if it wasn't for those things necessarily, I wouldn't have gotten, or she wouldn't have been able to send me to those. She wouldn't have been able to pay for the membership or whatever. It was a membership thing. It wasn't free. You know, some people aren't. They can't do. They can't do it. So, you know, hopefully, whatever I build is, not hopefully, but it will be affordable. You know, it won't be inaccessible. And if it can't be affordable, I don't know. I don't know what happened. You know, I have to do a lot of calculation, but that helps. I mean, that's just like not saying the long run, but that's not like happening. That's not like something I see happening like in the next 5 years necessarily, because I have to build. You know, I have to build my not only myself but whatever I'm. You know, I do have to also build myself, but you know, in order to sustain this, I don't know, potential corporation. Um, yeah.
so. In the meantime, while you're gaining experience to one day, you know, build these recreational centers, how do we also talk about? Because I feel like we keep coming back to sometimes people might not have the money, and I feel like that's a myth, like a motherfucker. That's a myth, like a motherfucker. So because we got the money. No. We're gonna learn how to spend the money on those things. So I feel like maybe we need to start talking more about financial, you know, financial literacy, financial security is what I was trying to think of. Financial security, um, because a lot of times we're financially insecure. Like we feel like we don't have it when we do. You know, like we're insecure. We feel like we don't look good, but we do. Out of my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I look good as a motherfucker. Feel me? So, like, and you gotta feel that way about yourself. You gotta be secure about yourself. I can't tell you nothing about you. As a man, it's on you. You feel me? So I feel like we are financially insecure. And I don't know if anybody's talking about that, but that's the term I'm creating right now. In my mind, I made that term up. I don't care if somebody else thought of it already. But financially insecure, financial insecurity. I'm going to look that up. Financial insecurity. And I feel like this financial insecurity is widespread so much that it's allowing us to be to do unhealthy things with our finances, unhealthy things with our money. So along the route of this, we're gonna have to deal with this financial insecurity. We're gonna have to address that. You feel me? But thank you for sharing your experience. With outdoor sports, recreational. Black man who didn't know how to swim for 21 years, learned
22.
22 years, learned how to swim in a week. Um, and we're breaking the barriers. We're breaking the barriers of blacks. We're breaking the barriers of blacks in extreme sports, blacks in outdoor sports. You know, we I heard what's the name?
Is in the Olympics. The first rock climbers in the Olympics this year, 2020 Tokyo. Why do we need to be in that shit? Why is it gonna be dominated by who the fuck? Who knows?
Who I heard a joke by Eddie Griffin.
Maybe people don't care about the Olympics, but I think it's cool.
Rock climbing about to be in the Olympics.
Isn't it this year coming up? It's 3 disciplines.
You trying to qualify?
Me? No. Maybe a part of it, but not actually the climber.
Type shit, helping someone qualify.
Helping someone else qualify.
So he's trying to help someone qualify. He's gonna be a part of.
I really wanted to start a team. That's what I really want to do. I want to start a rock climbing team, and I think I will. I'm working on some plans to get into the. I can't talk about that actually. But yeah, team is coming soon. Just know.
So this is the type of stuff we talking about. We breaking the barriers between blacks, with the black insecurity, and and black insecurity, breaking down the black insecurity barriers. We're financially insecure. We're athletically insecure, even though we're so athletically talented and capable in every way. How many people you know in the hood with the wickedest jump shot and nice on the court, wilding with the crossovers, nice, and you like, nah, he could have been in the A. I swear he could have been in the A. You know somebody who's doing weird dunks and all that. You know what I'm saying? They just not. They just having fun in the park sometimes, playing on the concrete, breaking. You know what I'm saying? Messing up their ankles when they could have been on that hardwood floor overseas somewhere. Even if they ain't go to the A, it's a lot of opportunities out here for us, and we got to start taking advantage of these opportunities in all different ways. Whether it's basketball, whether it's outdoor sports, whether it's swimming, kayaking, rock climbing, all of that. And that's what we're doing. That's what you're doing. So I appreciate you, brother. You feel me? If you do you have anything else you want to say?
No, not really. I mean, I want to
Tell Mariquitas to send some chips to me.
I did. Why?
You said they ain't having no stuff.
Oh, nah, it's not a market out there. They might not. People might not buy it. But yeah, I just joined this track club. I mean, that's the really thing I'm focusing on right now. It's called Goldfinger Track Club. Yeah, it's some black people. Should be cool. We're doing some stuff. Some stuff is coming soon. Yeah. I mean, in the meantime, I'm doing a lot of things to build myself up to shine a light on these things. I'm getting back into the, I don't want to say superficial life, but acting and all that stuff. I'm actually focusing more on that stuff right now, just to build. I've really kind of been doing those things passively, just like being in shows and being in movies or whatever, and not really like, I don't know, kind of making a point that, I'm in that, I'm doing this, But I think if I start to do that more, or if I do work on getting more bigger things, I can have more of a voice and people will pay more attention to what I have to say on other things. And I noticed that, I have this platform and I have these opportunities, so I should go after them more and not just do it passively, and not just not take advantage of more opportunities that are given to me, because there's a lot of opportunities that are given to me in terms of those kind of things that I don't take. I'm just like, no, I can't, I don't want to. But I think if I do more, I think I will have more opportunity to shine a light on things that really matter. But I think in due time, takes time, one day at a time.
No doubt. I look forward to the things that you about to do. You know, grateful to know you. To know that we got brothers out here that's not playing, using their talents exclusively to enhance their lives and the lives of the people around them, the lives of the people that matter to them. Um. So yeah, this is the Blue Poetry Podcast. We wrapping up this conversation with Trav and Quindell. If you don't know,
Wait, hold up.
hold on. What you got? Something else?
Keep talking to them real quick. I gotta pull something out. I gotta pull a video out. I'm gonna show you.
Okay, he's about to situate the situation real quick. But why is this dog sleeping on my bag like that?
Nah, I had a video of when using. No wait, I gotta pull it up. I had a video of Steven when he was in the
He's
we had
got a
meeting,
video.
and he was like, "There's cheating."
Oh, he got the video of this cheating, this cheating invalidate a relationship,
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
make the relationship less valid, or makes the woman less valid.
We gotta talk about that one time.
We gotta talk about that next episode.
And next episode, then we can show the video.
Next time Trav come back on the podcast, I'm gonna talk about why cheating is invalid or valid. Like, is it valid or not? Like, alright, so if you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn. Education. Let's go.